Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku had an ice quirk called Jack Frost, part 21. We have Inko and Momo are sparring off as today Momo, Mrs. Yairozu, I'm going to teach you a couple moves to take down an opponent very easily. Now come at me. As Momo goes in for a right hook, right attack, as Inka grabs her wrist, holding her wrist, place her feet easy so she could trip Momo. As she goes flying, as she slams Momo on the mat while holding her arm behind, like around behind her back. In this position, Momo, you'll be a lot more easier to subdue the subject. Now, again, as she does it, now we're gonna do the now. I want you to do what I did to you to me. As Inka lets her do it, as she's sloppy at first, as they've been practicing that move for a while. They practice several other moves. Of Momo breathing heavy on the ground as Inko reach out her hand as she pulls her up. Good job. Good job, Momo. You're definitely improving. Where is Shota? I believe your daughter was covering for the training for hand-to-hand combat. Well, that's not good. It's too quiet. Well, let's go find my daughter and Shota before they kill each other. As on cue, Inko hears, blast of fire as ice shattering on the ground. Ah, too late. Let's get a move on Momo. As they go into the sprint. As Shota's blasting ice at Kennedy, as Shota screams at her, and she's like, "How dare you question my motives towards Izuku? Just because I'm I come from the Todoroki family doesn't mean I have a ulterior motive. I'm not my father." As she's blasting ice at her, as Kende's just dodging it easily. It's insulting you think that I'm only got close to Izuku because of my father. My father has nothing to do with it. As she punches Kinde right in the face, as she goes flying a little bit, as she catches herself, as she wipes the scruffle off her face. That's remained to be that's remained to be seen, Todoroki. I have no idea how you won my brother's affection, but I'll be watching you closely. That's enough, you two. As Shota and Kennedy look at Inko, as they bow and apologize. Why don't you why don't you get dressed? We we'll be going on a patrol later tonight. As Momo and Shota go to get changed. As Momo's making sure Shota's alright. She walks over to Kennedy, her daughter. Sweetheart, I love you and everything, but what the fuck are you doing? What was that about? I want an explanation. Now, daughter. Very well, mother. I was only gauging if her feelings for my brother is genuine. From what I've seen, of during this encounter. I believe she has no ill will towards Izuku. Seems like she does have genuine feelings for him, but that doesn't mean I trust her. She's a Todoroki. All I was doing, mother, was trying to gauge her feelings. And the best way for me to do that is to force into a confrontation between me and her. I will not interfere further. Only reason I haven't gone further is because that girl makes my brother smile. And you don't see that very often. So, what's next? Until the patrol. As Inko sighs, it's like, why don't you get dressed and I'll explain everything what's going to go happen until then. As, very well, mother. Short pause on the story before we go further into this. I'm changing some events. For instance, Izuku and Toga are going to come across staying earlier on during the day, and the Nomu attack the city at night. So that's how we're going to work this. Because I know the Nomu attacked during the night, and I know I think Deku fought staying during nighttime too. But I'm saying he came across staying through the daytime because I wanted to get all the events all piled up. I'll get the events of this episode to make sense. So because I don't want the staying incident to happen during the same time as the Nomu incident. So I'm doing that differently. So as you have Izuku and Toga, and they're in a hotel room gathering piling up all their information that they found for what they found when they were scouting the city for Stain. They're just gathering up their information, compile comparisons. What do you think, Toga? Judging by the information and the patterns of the hero killer, he is going to strike today. Agreed, Izuku. But where is he going to strike? That's the question. That's been puzzling me, Izuku. Wait, that name. As Izuku looks at the file, Genium. Toga, do you know how many siblings the Genium family has? As she tells Izuku, Tenya Ida. No, he wouldn't be that stupid. Would he? As as he says that in his mind, he wouldn't be that stupid. As Izuku shuts the folder, Toga, we need to go. I know you're in charge, but we need to go now. As Toga's like, what's going on, Izuku? What's the rush? I know where Stain will be. You know that Tenya, you know the Genium? He has a younger brother, Tenya Ida. I know the hero's paralyzed, but I'm afraid he was acting strange during the during the festival. Izuku did notice Ida's different behavior, and I have a clear suspicion that he's gonna go after the hero killer. So I suggest we ghost Tenya Ida. I believe he's internship with some unknown hero. As Izuku reaches underneath his bed, as he pulls up a laptop, as Toga's like, "What are you doing?" Hacking into the city cameras. As she's like, "Okay, so this will make our job easier." Yes, no reason for us to go around, search the whole city in case we miss him. We need to. There you are. Apparently, he's on patrol right now. Let's go, Toga. He's close by. As he puts the computer back in his place, as Ezekiel gets on his, as Ezekiel's dressed in full a Heroes Press Task Force uniform, as he reaches for his sword that was leaning against the side of the bed. Come on, Toga, let's go. Sorry about that, Toga. I kind of like to take charge. I'm so used to it. Toga's like, no problem. Well, let's go. Ezekiel's like, yeah. Oh, Ezekiel's not used to being, on the field. He's usually the one in charge, so he's not used to following orders. So he occasionally does that on accident. He means no harm towards Toga. He doesn't want to undermine her. So as they're jumping on top of buildings. So Toga, what's the plan here? You want are we taking him dead or alive? As Toga's like dead. He's too much of a threat to leave out on the open like the general population. He's already been causing problems. At first he was just killing, what he called fake heroes, and that's what they were. They were using their power. We were going to take him down eventually. This That's why we left Stain alone, to let him do his work, because he was only targeting the heroes that weren't doing their job correctly. But then he started then he just started killing like any hero he sees, just calling them fake. He's pretty crazy. He's unstable. I said no. I just took a smile. It says, "Very well. I'll trust your judgment." But seriously, Izuku, It's going to take two of us to take him down. He's no slouch. Understood. I figure by the nickname of Hero Killer, Stain, figured that wasn't as let's verbose. With that name, I believe he has some sort of skill. And don't let him cut you, Izuku. He has a blood quirk. Any amount of blood he cut, any amount of blood he sorry it sorry I totally messed it up. Any blood that he's able to sorry by drinking your blood, he's able to paralyze. So try not to get hit. As Ezekiel's like, you don't have to worry about that. As Toga's like, what do you mean? My body's been acting weird recently, and I don't think he'll like my blood very much. I ended up cutting myself earlier, about before I left, before we sorry, before I left the assignment to contact you apparently. But when my blood dropped on anything that's not in my body, it freezes automatically, turning into ice. Sorry, it freezes on any surface instantly. So I don't think the hero killer will be paralyzing me today. There they are, Toga. Let's let's ghost them for a little bit and see what they do. As Toga nods, several people come rushing up to the hero. I forget who Ida internship was. I know the hero in the alleyway was like what's his face a trash hero that I don't know like why he even has a license. What's his name? I totally had it in my head like a couple seconds ago. What is it? It's like a, I don't know, like, give me a second. I don't remember what his name is though. Jesus. Native. There we go. As he sees a bunch of people talking to some heroes. Sorry, a bunch of people are talking to the hero. As Ida sees a corner of his eye, Native and Stain fighting in the alleyway. Well, he's chasing. Well, Native is chasing Stain as he's running through the alleyway. As Ida books it, as he's like, "Bingo! All right, Tugga. From on forward, I'm in your command." As Tugga smiles, "Let's go, Izuku." As they bolt off, falling through the alleyway. As they finally cut to a scene where a native's on the ground, paralyzed, as Ida on the ground about to be stabbed. Are we going to save him? I personally don't like the guy, but at the same time, I don't want to see him get killed. So I'm going to act if you don't. And she's like, very well, let's go save the hero. As Tugga sighs. Easier to just let them all kill each other, but whatever. That's not my job. Until they break the law. As Tugga mentions him to stop, as she points, as Izuku, as Tugga sent out, talk to Izuku what she wants to do, doing hand signs, as Izuku nods, as Tugga jumps off the building, diving towards Stain, as she's jumping off the side of the, as she does a front flip, lands, as Stain sees her, as Tugga clips a clip off her vest, as she takes out throwing daggers, as she throws them at Stain. Stain jumps out of the way, reflects some of them that were about to hit his vital areas. He jumps down, kicks Native out of the alleyway. Fucking useless. As he picks up Ida, as he just like, what are you doing here, Midoriya? This is my kill. As Izuku looks at him, seriously, I don't know what got over you. What are you, an idiot? To think you, a hero in training, to take down a hero killer that's killed quite a bit of heroes and far more skilled than you. The fact that you, of all people, think you could take him out, you're lucky I haven't showed up. You would have been dead. So how about you sit over there with that useless hero and allow me to do my fucking job. As he tosses him out of the alleyway, hard, as Ida gets slammed into a wall, gets knocked out. Fucking idiot. You, hero, get that idiot out of here. Stop playing dead. Fucking coward. As Izuku walks towards the battle. Tugga is rushing Stain as she's trying to stab him with her two knives that she has. As Stain grabs her wrist, kicks her in the stomach as she goes flying into a metal dumpster. As she's pretty much out from the impact of the back of her head. Stain looks over to the young man that's walking towards him, as Izuku has the sheath in his hand, as he has his hand on the handle. Hero Killer Stain. I am Agent Jack Frost of the Hero Suppressed Task Force. By the authority of the Hero Suppressed Task Force, you have been condemned to silence. As he grabs onto his. Sorry, as he slowly pulls the white the white sword out of the sheath. As the sheath is all in white, still with the handle. As you see a blue blade reveal itself as it slowly gets unsheathed. As Izuki tosses the sheath on the side. As Stain gets a smile. What are you, one of those fake heroes? As Izuku's, I'm not here as a hero. I am here as Agent Jack Frost. You've been a nuisance to the agency for far too long, Stain. Prepare yourself. As they get in a fight, as they get in a sword stance, as Stain throws several throwing knives at Izuku. As Izuku swiftly dodges out of the way as he gets into a stance to a quick slash. As he quick slash Stain using a bit of wind pressure as a wind slash comes strictly towards Stain as he barely had enough time to dodge that. As he dodged it, but the wind pressure threw him against the wall hard. As he used, sorry. As he used one for all in a very small percentage, just for the wind pressure attack. Stain struggles to get back up as he's hurt pretty badly. Izuku wasn't very gentle with that attack. As he struggles onto his feet, as Stain doesn't hear what's going on right now. He's mostly focused on Izuku, as you see Toga stealthily trying to flank him from behind. As she's already gained consciousness by then. She wasn't knocked out for very long. As she gets in a position to strike. Toga comes into a swipe as he try to slash Stain diagonal wise. As Stain jumps up as he blocks the second strike coming at him with his sword in midair. As he lands on one hand, as he sweeps Toga, as Toga jumps out of the way, as Izuku starts, as an ice shard comes straightly towards Stain, as it pierces his cheek, as he looks back at Izuku, as he jumps out of the way, as he tries to escape, as Izuku, Toga, follow him. We can't allow him to escape. The bastard's trying to flee. As they're jumping as they're following Stain throughout the alleyway. As the floors suddenly start turning to ice, as Toga look back at Izuku as she knows his eyes are glowing. As by that time, when Stain touched the ground, his legs were frozen solid. As he's down on one knee. As Toga jumps on Izuku back, as she does a backflip. As she turns around, stabs Stain in the back. As Izuku comes in from the front, stabs him in his chest. As Toga slices his throat, as Izuku pulls his sword out of him. As Toga jumps out of the way, as Izuku chops off his head, as Stain's head drops on the ground, rolling. As Toga goes for a high five at Izuku, as Izuku did. I was like, that went a lot more smoother than normal. I normally work alone, Toga. I could definitely work with you again. As Toga smiles, Me too, cuz. It's been a blast working with you. I hope we get to work again. Well, I have to get back to the base. I have to report to Mother. Very well, Toga. I'll handle the cleanup work. Thanks, Izuku. Izuku slowly walks over there to the corpse. As he touches it, as he touches the body, oh, sorry. As he touches the human head, Stain's head, as he touches the body, as he freezes it, both of them, from the inside out, as wind blows, as it slowly, as Stain's corpse slowly dissolves into particles, as he used nitroglycerin ice, his most strongest ice that he's able to produce, but he could only produce it. But he could only produce it from hand to hand contact. He doesn't use it very often. He only uses it for kills and to clean up remains. As Stain's body turned into frost. As Izuku picks out his phone, or picks up his phone, dials the number. This is Agent Jack Frost. I need a cleanup crew down here. Yes, sir. We'll be there in 15 minutes. Make it 10. Yes, sir. As they hang up, as a couple vehicles come rolling in 10 minutes or 10 minutes later, as they go around pick up all the evidence. As police are on scene, as as the sun begins to set, as we cut to a scene on a water tower, as a black portal appears, as you see a black hair man with a black trench coat with stitches on his face walks out right next to Kirigiri. As Kirigiri, you remember the plan, Dobby? Yeah, I do, Kirigiri. Create mass chaos, blah blah blah. Fine. As Kirigiri, as Dobby has some Nomu under his control by his voice, by his voice activated like Shigaraki did. As several portals come piling up, begin the fun. Have fun, boys. As several Nomu fly forward, as several jump, several fly. As they're not as powerful as the one from the USJ, but they'll make a challenge for all the heroes. As Hosu City becomes a battleground. Remember, Kirigiri, if I spot Endeavor, I'm killing him. Are we on the same level? As Kirigiri's, yes, Dobby, very well. If Endeavor graces us with his presence, he's all yours. Good. Just remember that. Because if anyone gets in my way, they're dead. Come on, Endeavor, hide from that little hole you're hiding from. Dare you to come out, so I could decay your ass, so I could eviscerate your ass. As Dobby craves some flame in his hand. Deku hears explosions all around Hosu City, as he's like, what the hell? As suddenly he got punched right in the face, as Izuku goes flying, as he hits the wall, as he sees that similar creature that he's seen at the USJ. What the hell? It's that thing again, but it's different. Don't know why you're here, creation, monster, but I'm gonna take you out. As Izuku gets up, as he blitzes towards the Nomu, grabs it by the head, as he freezes it, as he pushes it over, as it shatters into a little million of pieces. I like to see regen from that motherfucker. This is Agent Jack Frost. I need immediate reinforcements immediately. Sorry, sir. We're unable to. Where? Oh, sorry. Where you at, sir? Hosu City. Unfortunately, sir, we can't get any units there. You're on your own. The bridge that takes us over to Hosu City has been taken out, sir. And about and we're in middle of refilling the helicopters as we speak. If you go hold up for about 3 hours, then we'll get people over there. 3 hours? Are you serious? The city won't hold until then. Fine, I'll handle it. As Izuku shuts his phone, you have Inko. They're in a coffee shop. They're taking a break. As they're getting the girls some coffee. As as they finally got their order, as they're drinking, as they're they're socializing with each other. As something popped on the TV in the coffee shop, as it's a news I'm sorry, news broadcast of Hosu City attack. As Inko drinks her coffee, come on girls, we need to leave now. As she dials her phone, as she's trying to call Izuku, as it's there's no answer. It's like shit. What's going on, ma'am? Hosu City's been attacked, and I can't get a hold of Izuku. Have you girls had any luck? I haven't been able to get a hold of him for a couple hours now. I don't know what's going on. I'm starting to get worried. I know I know you're worried about Izuku, Shota, but we gotta make sure the civilians get out okay. As much as I want to go myself to find my son, but my hero duties must come first. So as they leave to, they're in Hosu City, but that part of Hosu City wasn't being attacked just yet. As they rush out, as several large things pound on the ground, as dust settles, as Inko, Kennedy, Momo, and Shota see several Nomu circling them. You have Asashi as he's smoking a cigarette, as he's surrounded by Nomu, as he's like, huh, well, this is a damper on my day. Well, boys, if you want to get your ass kicked, you came to the right place. As he tosses his cigarette to the side, as he's like, bring it. As he gestures them to bring it, as they come towards, Izuku. You have Endeavor. He's patrolling as he's blasting Nomu. Sorry, as he's burning the Nomu to a crisp. These things. I don't know why All Might was so worried about these things. These things are weak. As we're gonna, yeah, that's a good stop to, good place to leave it off. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time sounds. The next part, we'll continue this Hosu City attack. Alright, bye.